Hi, everybody. Welcome to FNS Wrestling Podcast, episode 308. We're definitely not doing this for the second time, just this first little bit. We're going to talk about Dynamite. We're going to talk about NXT. We'll talk about some news. We'll probably ignore WWE as much as we can.
To say we're going to talk about news this week, I think is generous.
News in air quotes. We use the term lightly.
There you go. I like that better.
And yeah, so we just bantered a little bit, and then I realized your microphone was not recording.
I didn't banter.
And let me say, what you said was profound and life-changing, and it's lost. And all of you listeners would be such better people.
You dozens of people would have been enlightened.
That's right. You would have changed your lives, but it's lost. I'm the only one that got that.
That's like there's Pro Wrestling Lost Media, like that Tom McGee match with Bret Hart. Like,
yes.
That's our Tom McGee. Right
Tom
there.
McGee was going to be the next big thing, right?
Yeah.
And then
he was like Hulk Hogan who could do a backflip.
Is that what the selling was?
Well, because like he looked like Hogan, but he
was
more
jacked.
athletic.
He didn't seem as tall, I don't think.
No,
Maybe.
but like he was like a Hogan guy kind of thing.
They were hoping.
But he was like super athletic, unlike Hogan. And then he like had that match with Bret and he looked sick. But that was because it was Bret.
Carried him.
Because then he like started doing house show matches with other schmucks and he like sucked.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like, so I remember I think it was in like 2019 back when the network was a thing. That was like one of their hidden gems or whatever that category of content was. That was like one of their things. Because I remember that being like a big deal.
I'm not as big a Bret Hart guy as I probably should be. Like I do think he was awesome, but like, let's be real. He wasn't the most charismatic guy. And
but WWE, since like they're on good terms with him again, obviously they're gonna overstate his.
He was a technician 100%, and he was in that like he's like a B++.
I mean, there's that period where it's him and Shawn. Just like if they don't have a good match, you don't have a good show.
Correct, and he's an amazing talent. I'm just saying in terms of like. He doesn't have the personality to transcend wrestling, right? Like he's not. No. He's never going to break free of that.
Not like Austin or Rock,
which is what they want.
Hogan.
And is ideal. Every company, not just WWE, wants that. Let's
be
real.
For sure. And like I feel like his peak wasn't actually that long.
It wasn't.
He won the belt for the first time at the end of '92, and he's gone by the end of '97.
I always forget
a 5-year period.
How early he leaves WWE and goes.
Right?
I always forget. When I'm watching WCW, because I still do. I'm a guy.
He was there since Mania 2, I think, which was 86.
Mm-hmm.
So he was there for a while.
That's when I started watching.
He was there for a decade, but he doesn't really start to hit his stride as a singles guy till 91. He's Intercontinental Champion, and then end of 92, he's World Champion.
Right.
But that's also because like Hogan and Savage and Warrior and all of them were like.
Why?
I don't know. My favorite thing.
No.
Last digression of this period, but like my favorite thing is that because like Warrior was off the juice or whatever, and he came back, people thought the Jimmy Hellwig died, and then it was Kerry Von Erich.
That's right.
The funniest thing ever. That's so great. Like of all the wrestling conspiracy theories, that's one of my favorites.
Oh, have you seen Bram lately?
He's got short hair,
and he's skinny.
Is he? I didn't notice. Hold on, I need to look it. I need to look him up.
Honestly surprising
because he was pretty jacked.
Huge.
You know who was like juiced
Not
out
huge.
lately is
Don't say it.
Mondo.
Oh yeah.
Who are you thinking?
The one that they're speculating in WWE. That's everyone's like, don't
Punk.
Yeah, don't say 100%. Anything bad.
No, he is. I've seen the updates of him. I'm like, there's no way. I mean, this one I'm looking at him looks kind of jacked. This one looks skinnier. If this is like a current.
Yeah, he's like I forget. It's probably Marky D because I like his stuff. Is like calling him a cruiserweight.
He's with Camille.
He's a cruiserweight now.
I knew he was dating someone. Camille's gone again.
Right.
I just realized. I'm not mad. She to me is like. Okay, so I haven't had as much exposure to her to hate her as much, but she's like female Wardlow to me, where she's like big. They want her to be a big deal, but I don't want her there.
Yeah.
Like take WWE.
Sorry, female who? Wardlow.
Wardlow.
Okay. I was like, I thought you said Warlord, and I'm like, he was cool. He didn't really get to do much.
I hate Wardlow.
You do.
The burning passion.
That's an idea I have for another segment. If we go to just some random bonus YouTube clips, is talking about like if you could cut
wrestlers
5
we hate.
Just cut if you got to
Wardlow,
manipulate
Jericho.
the roster in whatever ways.
Wardlow, Jericho, Jeff Jarrett.
Don't shoot your shot now.
The Sisters of Sin.
Back to non-wrestling talk. My week is consumed by, and I know this is a first world problem. I got a disclaimer. No air conditioning. My work, no air conditioning, and I work in a very hot environment for 2/3 of my day.
Yeah.
And home, no air conditioning coincided. And as a bonus, we're on like a heat spell here where we live, right? So it's been a lot of sweating, but that's okay. And then
we have a pool.
Yeah, to come home, jump in the pool. That's nice and refreshing for sure.
Latimer held the TNA Legends title.
I didn't know there was one.
Okay, it's that. Sorry, this is another digression. It's
Obviously.
that red belt from TNA where it was originally the Legends title because Booker T did it as part of Main Event Mafia. Then it was the King of the Mountain title.
Main Event Mafia,
right?
Yeah.
Which is a stupid belt because why would you have a belt for that match? Like, no. And then it was the TV title for a bit.
Yeah.
You know what belt I'm talking about?
Yes, it's not very attractive either, is it?
I think it's pretty good looking. Yeah. It's solid looking. It's just like it had an identity crisis.
Seriously, it's been 8 different things in
pretty
the last
much.
couple of years.
Yeah.
All right. Banter done, I think.
I guess that was,
you know what? I will last bit of banter. Really was hoping that this basement studio was going to be cold because it's in the basement. It's not. I'm still warm.
I feel like it's cool.
Cooler than upstairs.
Yeah.
But not as cool as I would like.
No.
And that's probably because this is a very small space.
Like
very small space.
Should get like a desktop fan to put on like your little.
As long as it's not loud, I like my audio to be clean.
That's true. But like you could put on like the lowest setting or like hopefully, I mean, whichever mic only picks up your voice specifically, that'll be like, that's the kind of mic.
Air conditioning is, that's what we both have. Dynamic mics. Air conditioning fixed.
So that might be okay.
Fixed Wednesday for us. Oh, Tuesday for us.
Next week?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, let's get into talking about other things more interesting. Maybe, maybe not. It's news and rumors. TNA is the cockroach of wrestling. That's to summarize our between segment chatter.
Which will,
here. That's what it led to.
That'll go right into my news.
Then take the first one.
It was Steve Macklin requesting his release from TNA, and he got it.
It's one of mine.
Yeah. So another L for TNA, 'cause he was someone they could have had as world champion. I don't think he'd be world champion anywhere else, but like.
So that is exactly what I wanted to. I like Macklin,
right?
And I think he's a pretty perfect fit for TNA.
And so the thing is,
where does he go?
He's been, I don't like NWA. Something feels like.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, is there any option to him that's
like
a lateral
He does
move?
not need to go to AEW. It just doesn't work.
I don't think it works for either person.
And
either
like, so
party.
apparently he was voicing frustration with creative for a while, especially after the AMC deal started, which is fair because I feel like it's been terrible. There's so many moves, but like you see, Mr. Elegance is doing like a Peck performance the other day, and the Hardys are judging it. Like, what are you doing?
I feel like
Mr. Elegance beat their Knockouts champion. What are you doing?
I feel like the departure of D'Amore was.
Oh, I think it was a terrible idea.
I think we've been honest, and I don't even think like he's the world's best booker or whatever.
But he was also super passionate about TNA.
He
so
loved
clearly
them.
Cared about what he was doing.
To treat people decently, at least.
Yes.
I think, and they've just. It's been a steady decline.
Yeah, I agree, and I can't say I blame him. Obviously, it's funny because like remember they did Feast or Fight earlier, and the rumor mill was like, oh, he's
Macklin
leaving.
Got the fired,
and he did.
He did.
But then it was a storyline where he got reinstated.
Yeah,
and now he got.
And then he's like, "You should have fired me. Can I be fired again, please?"
He had it
re-fired. Thank
you.
They
even announced that they re-signed him, which is the funny part. I don't know, but like, I don't know. It's so weird. And apparently he had the world title match with Santana, and then he's told Carlos Silva, the president guy, to be like, he said, "Go sit back in your cuck chair" or something, which is pretty funny.
I just don't see him excelling anywhere else.
No.
And I kind of like him, so too bad for him.
I don't. I don't know. MLW.
Yeah, actually, that's reasonable.
MLW.
Apparently, I watched a little bit of one of their recent things that they're like I hate this term, but like the work rate company right now. Of the indies, maybe not including AEW.
Their champion is Killer Cross. Don't talk to me.
You know who Ariel Helwani is?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's a pro wrestling and an MMA analyst. Pretty big one, right? I would say. So I just say this as validation. His thoughts on the WWE product. I don't know if you saw this.
Cool.
Quote, I find the product right now soulless.
Yep.
I really did not like WrestleMania.
Nope.
WrestleMania really, it upset me. We don't agree with that. We weren't upset. We expected it. To be honest.
Yeah, to be upset would be to expect
because I adore everything about wrestling. And I'm just like, it's not just us, right? These are people who cover this and whatever. And it's a smart guy. And the soulless thing is probably the
most true thing to say about
very well suited. And again, I don't think you so much. I would love it to be good. I would love to be like, man, there's too much good wrestling to watch. How am I going to find all the time? But right now it's like the opposite. I don't need that. I don't need that.
It's just, I know AEW is good and I know it's what I want. So I don't need them.
It's that reliable.
They keep disappointing me and giving me
not AEW.
Like chicken shit instead of chicken salad. Yes, WWE, I mean.
It's clarified.
And like, not giving me the style I want, not giving me the stories or payoffs I want, giving me all the ads I don't want. Like I don't need them.
Or giving you the story you do want. Example New Day, example Cena, and then just absolutely fumbling it beyond
or making
belief.
me think they're gonna give me the story I want. Not even giving it to me, giving me like the start of it and making me think they're gonna give me what I want,
and loving the moment. And then you guys going, all we care about.
I would go as far as say something as small as Kate Wilson. They like got something really cool there, and then they got the new hot toy Danhausen. We're like, let's just throw Kate Wilson in the wolves. That one bothers me personally.
And risk overexposing Danhausen at this point.
I don't know how people aren't on. I mean, I do know WWE fans. A lot of them are not smart. I don't like, especially because you see like the Janelle Grant thing is gonna go. They're trying to move into like private arbitration or whatever.
Yes. Which they will pay.
Yes. But like, so it's things like that. I'm like, this company's so scummy. Why would I want them to be good? I don't want to like them.
Because I think the reason being, correct me if I'm wrong, people smarter than I, if it goes to trial and there's a thing called discovery,
they have to like,
they get to see all kinds of stuff that they do not want seen.
I saw like
allegedly
there's some legal whatever surrounding the TKO sale too. Apparently
there is. Shareholders,
I think part of that they're hiding because like some of the text messages would shed light on the Janelle Grant thing, I believe.
So yes, they basically got caught deleting things that they were explicitly told.
That is what I saw.
I did
see about that.
So because I think it's a civil case too, right? So then that means it's been decided that a lot of the stuff that the other side is saying won't be contested because you guys deleted stuff related to that. So when they bring it up, we're just going to be like, that is entered as fact because
which I mean, that's
anything you could have had to refute it, you deleted. So, right. So that seems to make sense.
Yeah, I agree.
The only other thing I had actually, so I had two once you took my Macklin, was I didn't even like to give him oxygen, but Lars Sullivan decided to give us more evidence that he's a garbage human being.
I forgot about him.
Did you see what he said?
No, I didn't even see what he said. I didn't see it.
So he called Big E an anti-white racist because I think he supported George Floyd, among other things, and because Lars Sullivan is garbage. His neck break was karma.
Sure.
That guy can just disappear, and I shouldn't have given him oxygen there, but
he had 1 5-star match.
He did have a 5-star, and I didn't think the freak accident was a bad finisher.
No,
for him,
it made sense.
It did make sense for him.
And I thought his like push of like beating up his jobber tag team partners was cool.
Funny. And then wasn't he also fighting multiple people at some point?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, because it built to like your last 3 partners against. I think.
Yeah.
Look at me remembering things about someone. I wish it was
cool.
Someone I should forget.
And like that ladder match is awesome.
They should reheat that gimmick for somebody else. You know, actually, Carver would have been a great choice for that.
I could see that
because his gimmick is kind of like he doesn't get along with anybody.
I'd like that. That'd be cool.
Would have been interesting.
Mike Santana believed to be signing with WWE when his contract expires. Shocker.
Sorry, that's news?
Yeah. We're scraping the barrel today.
And it just, again, not to talk about TNA so much, but like...
That's why I said it was bad news week.
This is what they've created. They
signed up for this. I mean... It's like... No, it's like being in a Dracula movie or something and being like... Having a sign in your head that says, hey, come suck my neck.
But... I guess their
and then letting it happen
would be it's gonna happen anyways, so why not get some exposure and money? They're just gonna take anyone they want anyway.
Yes, but I feel like it wouldn't be as I feel like
it just looks like you're serving them up on a platter.
That's what I mean. And like if they weren't affiliated, I feel like there's because I saw some speculation Leon Slater may go to AEW. He won't. But if they weren't affiliated, there's a chance he would. So it's like, at the very least, if they weren't affiliated, I would more feel like it's talent choosing to go elsewhere and like, you know, at least choosing to like go wherever they want. With this, it's like it feels like they're just in the pipeline now.
And I'm sure that's exactly what you're saying is part of the calculus for WWE.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Like we now
I see what they're doing.
Instead of probably getting anyone worthball from them, we're definitely getting everybody.
They've taken Hendry already. They've taken Jordan Grace already.
Apparently, although she doesn't do anything, I don't think.
No.
Too bad.
They still took her. Like she still would have been top of the knockouts right now.
We'll pay her so she doesn't go there because they'll use her,
which is crazy because like she's so jacked. I mean, I know she's not like much of a charisma.
And she's good wrestler.
That's why Cargill gets pushed over her because Cargill sucks.
My match of the year was her and Masha. Is one of my favorite women's matches probably ever.
Yeah,
I love that. Although I shouldn't mention Masha, she's redacted too.
Is she?
I think so. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
She's not wrestling anywhere anymore. I think there was a domestic.
I know, but I don't remember if that was her fault or not.
I can't remember, but I think she's been not doing anything.
I'm just trying to is there you don't have anything left. Never mind. I'll look at that later. The last one I had was Money in the Bank got pushed back to October 10th. I don't care.
I wonder why.
I did see why. It just wasn't interesting enough for me to write down. It just kind of messes with the schedule because it's weird that's after SummerSlam and it's they usually have the year to cash in rule. So So what if Money in the Bank's not in October next year? Because it never is.
We could have 2 at the same time.
Or this person is less than a year to it's weird.
Problems.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it for news.
I think so.
We will now deep dive into our favorite thing to talk about every week. That is Wednesday's episode of AEW Dynamite. So you were saying earlier that there's something specifically that you're interested to see what my reaction is. And I have no idea.
We'll get there.
What it is. And I'm not going to, it's partly because I just don't remember what I watched 2 days ago. So I'm not going to scroll ahead and look. I'm just going to see when we get there.
Sure. This one was a special episode, technically.
Yes,
Summer Blockbuster. Last year, they did Summer Blockbusters a 4-hour Dynavision.
Right.
This year, they thankfully split it.
I made note a couple times, so I just summarized it at the top, as I tend to. The crowd wasn't great. It was
fine.
And there were some angles where you could see the upper bowl, not empty, but there were definitely seats available if we had wanted to go.
Right.
I thought they I thought they were okay for peak stuff, but not great. Just in general. Some crowds are just there's energy.
In general, it felt fine to me. I didn't notice it one way or another. I think Summer Blockbuster last year was the Swerve Osprey rematch, and then when they revealed the unified title.
Right. That title too.
We start with a thing I definitely didn't like. It's Tommaso Ciampa. Not his fault.
I'm sorry, Tommaso Ciampa. Yes. I'm sorry, buddy.
He says he wants Shivani to tell everyone that he's better than Jericho. Shivani won't do it. Ciampa threatens him in the corner. Jericho's music hits and he comes out. Ciampa shouts for the music to be cut. Does not happen as he continues to yell. Ciampa says it's about time Jericho showed up in the flesh. He asks what Jericho has to say for himself. Jericho makes a bald joke because, he feuded with Ricochet, now him, so, bald people. Jericho introduces himself because he got off on the wrong foot. Ciampa knows who Jericho is and he thinks Jericho knows who he is because he left him laying. Jericho calls him Tommy. He's still doing the stupid subliminal thing, keeps going in on the Tommy bit. It's so funny. I was laughing a lot. Ciampa says not even his mother calls him Tommy, and then Jericho says Tommy's mommy. That was great. That was even better.
You were crying with laughter. If I remember correctly.
It did make me want to cry.
Yeah.
Jericho wants to know why Ciampa hates him so much. More subliminals. Jericho doesn't think this is a joke. He says Ciampa isn't Jericho. I said, what? Gasp. What?
Big reveal.
Ciampa got a lot of fanfare when he debuted. Jericho got more when he came back, made Ciampa angry. He calls him Tommy again. They start to brawl. They get separated. I hated this. I thought it was terrible. I thought Jericho's subliminal thing is so stupid. It annoyed me here more than Ricochet, because Ricochet is at least a stupid chicken shit heel who's he's gonna get annoyed at stupid things like that. Him getting annoyed at being called bald is why he was turning heel against Swerve. He feels like he should Ciampa shouldn't be getting annoyed by this. He looks dumber for dealing with this and getting angry. It made Ciampa look stupid, and I don't like that. The Tommy thing was stupid enough, and then Tommy's mommy, I was holding back an eye roll. That was Jericho's a grown man. This is stupid.
Yes,
this is dumb.
It's funny because my direct notes after what you just said, Jericho's part in this was cringeworthy. Ciampa reacting it to the way he did, at best, caps lock, does nothing for him. Right?
But I don't think it's at best.
And also the reason, again, this feud exists is because you arrived while I was gone. And now you're mad that I'm back.
It's right?
Thin, to say the least, right? So there's no chance Ciampa gets anything. So let's say they have a 3-match feud and Ciampa wins every match. Does that help him? That's best case scenario. Does that elevate him?
No.
Of course not.
Not really.
So there's nothing, and we love Ciampa. Obviously, that's the slant we're coming at it. He will gain nothing from this.
That's the chafe.
And that's long term. Short term, this sucked too. Short term, long term, there's
short term. Ciampa already looks like an idiot.
So the chafe is real.
The chafe is real.
This is exhibit.
I really didn't like this. This is the worst way to start the show.
Agree.
I don't think the show ended up being bad, but this was a terrible way to start it.
I hated some stuff on NXT more than this, which we'll get to.
That's crazy.
But
I guess there was the pageant.
yes,
that's okay.
Yes,
but still, that says a lot.
It's a bold statement.
I feel like that says more about NXT than it does this, because I really didn't like this. I thought this was bad.
I was irritated that they put.
Can I actually I need to actually, when you're talking about the next segment, I'm gonna put this in my short list for the best.
So can you just, because I've been falling behind on my list, can you just put in I'm spoiling my own content for later, but put in the Mr. NXT pageant for me?
Yeah, I'll do that.
And
Remind
just
me
trust me.
when I'm doing it. Yeah. I'll do that in a moment. Anyways, we get Kevin Knight interview. He's walking with Callis backstage. Renee is asking him stuff. Callis is like, yo, don't throw questions at him. He's rephrasing them basically, and then Knight goes to speak. Andrade comes in, says he wants the world title. Knight isn't into the family. He wants one thing, and he tells Knight to get to the back of the line. He asks if Dawn is with Knight or him. Knight says they have things to do, and the real champ is here, so they leave. I thought this was good. It was good progression of Andrade's growing issues, and it was a more direct confrontation so soon than I expected. Right?
Agree, but then Callis, they found a way to have him. He didn't respond really, right? So I like that Andrade is straightforward about it, right? He's like, listen, I want and anyways, and Callis just kind of is dodging the whole conversation, and then Taz points out what we've been saying, right? There's a lot of competitive guys in the Callis family, and it's just it's like fertile soil for this type of story. There's all kinds of them, because it would be almost impossible to manage this many ultra competitive,
especially because Callis has such a tendency to play favorites. Okay, now they're in the war, so
nice.
The thingy
I rambled, so you could
again.
do that.
I thought so. Anyways, yeah, and it's because Callis has the tendency to play favorites, and commentary mentioned it. I don't know if it was this show or last, but at some point they mentioned it. That's what happened with Okada and Takeshita. Mm-hmm. Now we're seeing a similar thing happen with Andrade, whether it's with Knight or someone else. And I even dare I say Fletcher's kind of going that way. I know he just turned on Takeshita, so I don't think it'll be anytime soon.
Yeah,
but I feel like Andrade is the next one to leave, I think, is where we're going. And then Fletcher's got to be sometime after him.
And just because I like some reality stuff, this happens in sports, right? Kobe, you wouldn't know, but Kobe and Shaq, if they could have just coexisted together, they win 1 million championships, right. But they didn't like sharing the spotlight. That
was Takeshita and
that was kind of
Okada, right? When they were facing Brodito for the tag titles,
right.
They could have won them, because that was a great match.
Right.
They could have won that. But yeah, I like this. Then it's Jonathan Moxley and Shane Taylor for the AEW Continental Championship.
And I like Shane Taylor. I was watching ROH back early on this podcast and reviewing it. Not that I'm saying Shane Taylor like should be your champion, but I think he's cool.
He is cool.
The body type is super different.
It's insane, yeah. And so this does seem like a random match, but I've been keeping tabs on Collision. Like STP and Death Riders have had like kind of a mini feud. Okay. So it's not without reason, I will say that. I don't know if like I don't think Taylor pinned him in a tag match, so I don't know if he necessarily deserves a title shot, but like it's not coming out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So and we're in Moxley's hometown this week, so it makes sense as to why he's in a featured match.
And I'm happy to see Taylor on TV. To me, he's a guy they could use in spots
solid.
Like this.
His mileage varies for me. Sometimes I feel like he's a little too slow and like
he's not the fastest.
Sometimes he's got good shots.
His strikes are very good, and then he's pretty solid.
Anyways, Mox knocks Taylor off the apron with a drop kick, and he follows up with a suicide dive. We get them fighting in the timekeepers area, and Taylor hits a Uranagi through the table. Leg drop on the apron from Taylor. We get a big lariat from Mox. Crowd count punches, eye gouge, headbutt from Mox. Taylor fights off a superplex attempt, hits a middle rope splash for 2. Cutter from Mox for 2. A pretty stiff knee strike and some ground and pound from Taylor. I thought the knee looked really good. And then finish, Taylor is fighting off the ankle lock. Mox comes back with the curb stomp and then makes him pass in the bulldog choke. And we got post-match attack. STP beats up Mox, Garcia, and Shafir. I was surprised it went without reply.
That's what I had too.
But it's to set up a collision match.
Okay. Yeah, I was surprised. I had no help for Mox. Was surprising.
Like little help.
Yeah.
Because there was Garcia. They did say like Pax going to wrestle later.
That's no help. Just Garcia's no help.
It was Garcia and Shafir. It was solid. It was definitely a slugfest. I don't see much of Taylor, so I thought he got a solid showing. He's not the most interesting to me. Like, if I'm comparing this to like when Ace Austin was wrestling Mox or like something like that, it's not my preferred fare, but he's solid. I thought like this is a solid match, not spectacular.
And I think again, Taylor as like near the top of the card in Ring of Honor made a lot of sense, right? Because it's a different roster.
Yeah.
And but anyways, and I will say, if anyone gonna drop a believable leg drop, it's this guy, right? His legs
are honestly Ace Austin
the biggest. This was a solid TV match, and Moxley, as he tends to do, right, gave Shane Taylor quite a bit in this, which I appreciate. It served a purpose.
I feel like proportionally, Ace Austin and Shane Taylor have a similar like thigh build, like
Yeah.
proportion to how the rest of their body is.
Difference in tone and
Yes, but
stuff.
like
Yeah.
because like his thighs are so ridiculously big, and then so are Ace Austin's. It's like
Big through the bottom.
proportional
these
to
boys.
their body size. Yeah, it's like gotta be similar.
They should be a tag team.
Yeah, some thigh pun, I think.
Pear shape, pairs. I don't know.
We get Mercedes Moné package. She says the same stuff and then says she watched everyone cheer her downfall and she watched the division fall and people fail to fill her shoes. She's back to remind everyone who she is. They can't take the Owen from her. She's not back for redemption. She's back for what's hers. CEO always comes to collect. Essentially, right? Yeah,
I'll tell you why I'm laughing in a minute.
I know you're not going to disagree with this.
Okay, probably.
She has not changed or learned from her past ways and from mistakes. Business as usual.
So
did I say anything wrong there?
So I was slightly more generous, and I was laughing because I don't know if I've ever in my wrestling notes used italics before.
Why did you use italics?
I guess this was italics somewhat different from her usual stuff.
Was it?
Question mark.
Was it?
I don't know. Wasn't it?
I don't think it was.
I don't know. She is Randy Orton. I don't know. There's very little difference. It's nuance. You just gotta pick up on it. You've got to have a really refined palate.
Well, okay, because
to pick up the
last
notes
week,
of
remember we were
babyface.
like, oh, she's coming back from a layoff. She's a babyface. Oh, she's attacking her whoever after. I forgot who she wrestled already. Who was it? Windsor.
Yes.
She attacked her after the match. Okay, she's a heel. I think she took the belt. She's a heel. This felt like her heel promos again.
She's Moné. She is.
I like there was potential to tell a cool babyface story. It's like, okay, I was like gloating with the 13 belts or whatever, and then everyone beat my ass and I lost everything.
Humbled.
Yes. Like the broke Bucks. They like Bucks may not be your favorite characters all the time, but credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
They did the humbled storyline, and I think they did it well.
Yeah. And I thought maybe they just wanted us to forget. But I think it was Tony specifically mentioned something.
It.
So unless he was
and like
went into
she
business
even
for
mentioned
himself.
like here, and maybe commentary mentioned it too. But like the Owen belt is the one belt she has a chance to keep if she wins the tournament again. So I think that's like her story, which is cool. But like, I don't know, man. Could we not have done something else?
I know she
and
is.
Also, if you did a
copy-paste.
babyface redemption with her, then cool. She has a big redemption babyface story to go against Tekla, and Tekla can be like this big monster heel. You could do. On a lesser scale, of course, Hangman Mox like last year. Like, Hangman was a heel, and then he did this big babyface redemption. You could do that with Moné.
And
you could do something like that.
People love cheering for Moné.
Yeah.
They don't mind doing that at all.
Like, I don't know. I don't usually get that bothered by her stuff, and I'm not even, like, entirely bothered by this. I was just like, it's just business as usual.
And the funny part is she has almost zero range, and she's the one with, like, professional acting credits. You know what I mean?
She was in Star Wars.
And she... It's a very nuanced portrayal if it is different.
Don't you think it's kind of surprising that WWE never capitalized on her like being in Star Wars or whatever?
Never even mentioned it.
Right?
Like, it was unmentionable.
Unless, like,
is that just because they can't give Disney any?
I guess maybe they didn't want to, but like, still, I don't know. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was that. Then we hear from Kevin Knight. We get a long-winded intro from Callis, kind of like you would do for Hechicero.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about Hechicero. Knight thanks Callis for the introduction. He says everyone seems upset at him, but they should be upset at Darby Allin because he didn't get the job done and he let everyone down, or at Speedball for breaking up Jet Speed. I thought that was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. He says he knows people ain't mad about him linking in with Callis and remaining the face of TNT. He says the bums in the back wrestle for stars, and Callis saw he was the best and made him his number one asset. He calls out MJF because he has something to say. Predictably, Darby Allin's music hits, so that was cool. I'm glad he's back. He comes from behind, whacks Knight with a skateboard. Callis bails. He says he hopes New York was worth it, bitch. Then he like hightails it basically out of the arena when the Callis goons come out. So I like this. It was solid. It was really quick, which was nice. It was brief. Knight sounds pretty comfortable again, I think, in this role. Like, I think it's working for him.
I thought less so than actually, ironically, the first time, but
yes,
still not bad.
I agree. But that was also like his first, like, I
Yeah.
feel like that was more drawn out and like it was a little better. This one was simple, but it was just to get Darby back out here and get this feud kicked off, which I like, because I'm pretty excited for this feud to pick up.
So on one hand, I was kind of like, his heel origin is like Darby Allin let us down, which I think is kind of flimsy, but if you consider like,
It's heel logic.
right, and he is just a heelish guy looking for any excuse to justify his new like prickish behavior, right? Like he's just like, oh, any excuse, and I'm actually can be myself, and I'm not a great person.
I think
So
it's that
this
like,
is- that's
or
how I
it's-
like to think because I like it better.
I
that
think
way.
a similar route, I'm like, he already was kind of jealous and really wanted to be in that title shot. But he's like, okay, Darby,
you got it.
Darby
beat
MJF the first time, so it's like, oh, okay, you can get the job done. And but then he's like, oh, you didn't get the job done, you're out of here.
Right.
So I like it. Like, it makes sense. And then you can just misconstrue it as, oh, he let the fans down, which I like that because it's heel logic.
And it's another guy in this like boiling pot of Callis wanting. Not everybody can have the same title, so there's clearly going to be problems within his group, and it's fine by me.
I agree. Then we got Mark Briscoe versus Pac, which I don't know if we've seen that before, but cool.
Love Pac.
Briscoe's talking to Tony Khan before his entrance, so no doubt got to do with MJF, I bet. I imagine we'll see after this. I was right. We got a cactus elbow from Briscoe, brainbuster onto a seated chair from Pac. That looked awesome.
Looked really good.
Briscoe gets the better of a strike exchange. Then we get the rope rebound, snap German from Pac. Suplex going over the ropes. They both fall to the floor. That dangerous, cool looking spot.
I always like that.
Blockbuster from the apron for Briscoe. He rolls Pac in the ring for a 2 count. Pac gets his knees up on the froggy bow, misses a dive as well. Overhead belly in the corner looked great. Briscoe gets his knees up on a shooting star. He hits a J driller and he gets the win. Then he calls out MJF after the match. Then MJF's music hits. We go to commercial, which I thought was a little odd.
Poorly timed.
But like even odder, I thought MJF came out before the commercials. He came out after the commercials, but he's in the crowd. He says they were on his time, and Briscoe's not a good listener. He's the final word here. Nobody's more important. He's already said no to Teleshop. Rising tide raises all ships, and he's the rising tide of this company. People should be respecting him for protecting the world title from people like Briscoe. He says Briscoe bragged about the conglomeration last week. Says friends are stupid and a liability. Money talks more. The lethal twist attacked Briscoe. I wrote yay vanilla baby. Briscoe begins to fight back, but eventually gets overwhelmed again. Then the conglomeration come down for the save, and they clear the ring. Briscoe says MJF isn't the boss. He's just an asshole. He'll need to find some friends or pay some people. He says Tony Khan needed a main event for Forbidden Door, so we're doing the 6-on-6 cage match again.
Interesting.
Like we did last year, and if Briscoe's team wins, he gets a guaranteed title shot. Andrade's music hits, and he comes out. I thought he was gonna it was related to this, but he's just wrestling Cassidy next.
So your thoughts on go ahead.
I'll go to the match first, I guess. I thought it was a good match. It was a good TV match. I wish it got more time before we got. I liked it.
Yeah.
I miss seeing Pac regularly, in the C2. I do I forget we don't get to see Pac wrestle much these days. So I hope he gets to do more because he always smashes everything out of the park. And he's so good on the mic. He should start doing his own feuds. I'd like him being featured prominently with the Death Riders, but I want him to do his own feuds.
I know.
You know what I mean? Because he's so great. The Darby feud, he was doing his own thing kind of. And that was really great. So I thought it was a solid win for Briscoe here. Clearly designed to get him out there so we could get the post-match stuff. I'm a little surprised by this direction. I thought we were going to build to the title match for Forbidden Door. I thought that's what we were getting. I'm also surprised we're bringing back the quote-unquote lights out steel cage match from last year because I thought that felt like it was tailored to the Ospreay Death Riders feud for last year because it was in London. So I'm surprised we're bringing that back again. I'm not necessarily mad about it, but it feels like this is our new blood and guts for this time of year since now we're doing blood and guts later in the year.
Right.
So I don't love that we have to shoehorn another big match in, but it'll be enjoyable, and this one makes more sense to me than the Jericho Damon Stampede.
Yes, for sure.
So I will take that win.
That's what I was going to ask you is how did you feel about how we've gotten to this match?
I feel better about this because at least
better, but still not super strong. Obviously,
it's not the strongest, but it works better because Briscoe has an existing group, which Jericho did not have. MJF does not have a group, but he's known notoriously for paying people off.
True.
So that's what he's doing, and he's got this existing alliance, kind of
a working relationship
with the Callis family. So from that standpoint, it does make sense. Where the Jericho Ricochet thing did not.
It did not,
especially because it got ballooned so much. I get Jericho, when Jericho got the Hurt Syndicate to help him in a trios match against the Demand on Collision. I'm like, that makes sense because Ricochet has an existing faction. You're just getting numbers to meet him.
Yeah.
But then it ballooned into a 7-on-7 big kerfuffle, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Yes.
That felt stupid.
It did. I thought really good match, better build, longer, more time. That's all. Would have been great, but I thought it was good.
I agree. Then we rolled right into another match. It's Orange Cassidy and Andrade. I don't know if we've had this match before.
I know. Some cool matchups this week.
I agree. We got Andrade taking his pants off. Cassidy takes his pants off. He's got another pair on.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
We get Hurricane Rana from the middle rope with his hands in his pockets from Cassidy, then a running one. Andrade takes a selfie with a woman, then Cassidy hits him with a suicide dive. We get Lio Rush appearing in the front row and taking the phone from the woman. He wants a selfie with Cassidy, who reluctantly takes one. Then Andrade takes Cassidy out. Now he wants a selfie with Andrade. Rush keeps saying he knows, and Andrade keeps saying how you know. Then Rush takes a selfie with him too. I thought that was hilarious.
I thought it was funny.
I was laughing my ass off. I thought this was great.
Yeah, I
thought it was so funny. Oh, it was such a great use. Like his cameos in these, like this in the Stadium Stampede and that collision bit we saw. It's so funny.
I thought it was funny.
It's so
too.
funny. I hope we start using the character more than these comedy bits, but they're really funny to me.
And it furthered the story of like the conglomeration are not afraid of him.
Well,
Leary,
Cassidy is like kind of, yes.
And Andrade like is doing his selfie thing with the crowd, so it all kind of works.
And like just the way to I never would have thought to use their two like catchphrases right now, but it made so much sense to do that.
Just a
it was
little
so
comic
funny.
relief in the middle was good.
Oh, it was really funny. I thought it was great, and I saw them like Rush post the selfies after. It's really funny.
That's funny.
It was great. We get a tilt-a-whirl DDT on the floor from Cassidy, corner Meteor from Andrade for 2, and I was saying like, since Monet is back now, Andrade smashes that way more than she does.
Oh, way better.
Like,
way better.
Or even Io does it better as well than
maybe
Monet.
babyface her will. Really pick up the...
Because Sky calls it the bullet train, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, she does.
Which is a cool name. Strike Exchange, and Andrade goes to meet Cassie on the ropes, gets shoved onto the ring level ramp, which I forgot to mention. We got ring level ramp this week. Diving DDT from Cassie onto the ramp, then another in the ring for 2. I did like the one on the ramp. It looked sweet. Cassie goes for an orange punch, gets caught with the boot fake back elbow, which I'm pretty sure Excalibur had a name for.
Boot fake?
I don't
He
care.
did.
I just like calling it boot fake back elbow.
I know. I do too.
Then the DM for the win. And then Andrade cuts a promo, but all he says is, how you know.
Yes,
I thought this was a great match. I really liked it. Andrade is a beast, and Cassidy is, like Darby, great at taking punishment. So this was a strong match. I thought there was pretty good chemistry here and some really good back and forth. I thought the Leo Rush bit was really entertaining and super funny to me. Great little break in the match here. I thought that was a great use of him. And I thought the finishing combo from Andrade was great, and I was pleasantly surprised by his win. It just felt like one of those matches where I'm like just assuming Cassie's gonna win, even though yes, Andrade's been like, "Hey MJF, I'm coming for you." Like they're priming him up for stuff.
I felt
so
like he had to win here. Kind of.
I was just like, it just felt like a default Cassidy win. Like, and you can't even say like Andrade beating his ass means anything because like Cassidy usually comes up from underneath, right? So I was really happy for Andrade here, and Cassidy doesn't need to win this, so I liked it.
I actually, for whatever reason, assumed Andrade was winning. I thought, like you said, that I made a note to deadly finishing combination.
Yeah, it looked great.
Looked a really good, another like good TV match.
I agree. Then we get Will Ospreay promo from last week. Nothing is stopping him from going to All-In main event and becoming world champion. He does owe something to the Death Riders, and then Windsor comes in crying, and Ospreay pushes the camera away. So I like this. It felt real, and it's kind of interesting. You have Ospreay like all but guaranteed to chase his Wembley dream, and Windsor's just got crushed last week. So I think it's an interesting husband-wife moment.
The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, like kind of beautifully presented right there.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Then we get a tackle package, nothing to note there. Then it's Death Riders. They're doing a street fight against STP on Collision. Also does not matter.
Might be cool, but I'll probably never see it, is what I wrote.
won't. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm not gonna. The only match I would maybe watch from Collision is Bucks Dogs.
Yep.
But even
I know. It's so hard.
It is, but it's not.
It's not.
But I've like convinced myself it
Considering
is.
you and I sit and watch like an hour to 2 hours of The Office that we've seen 10 times every single day.
Any of those days could be Collision.
Correct.
Also could have been AAA, which we still haven't watched.
No.
Like,
it's like 45 minutes or something.
Like, so it'd be like, instead of watching 2 episodes of The Office.
The problem is you're a product of your mother and I, who are very much like routine, creature of habit.
Yeah.
And so somehow someone has to force us at gunpoint to watch Collision for like 3 weeks. And then we'll just keep...
Or it's got to be the C2.
Then we'll do it forever.
You're right.
But other than that,
that's my thing. Because like,
part of my routine.
I rewatched the Darth Maul show episodes a lot, like in between when they were releasing. I think the episodes 5 and 6 I watched like 3 or 4 times.
Could have been watching Collision, bud.
I literally. Anyways, then we get Sky Blue versus Maya World in the quarterfinals of the Owen tournament. Sari was not cleared. She was supposed to be in this. So it's Maya World.
Which
Maya World benefits again from just like being around.
Existing.
Because the Tegan Knox and Miranda Alize did not want to take that job, and then Maya World and Hyon stepped in, and look at what she's doing now.
Should send them a thank you card, really.
I mean,
because you guys are tough to deal with, I have a match on Dynamite.
Yeah. We get a flying heel kick from Maya. We get a snap suplex from Blue for a 1 count.
Sorry, I wrote Triangle of Madness speak quickly before the match, and
I didn't know.
2/3 of them sound terrible.
Yeah, I was like, it was so bad. I was like, I'm not writing that down.
And I did.
We get a draping, swinging neckbreaker on the ramp from Blue. I thought that looked pretty awesome.
Credit where credit's due.
I will say it looked. I
but
thought
I
it looked
always
pretty
say
sick.
she's a connective tissue issue.
Yes,
she can hit.
No,
some
she is.
stuff.
She 100% is. Wheelbarrow double foot stomp from Maya. There was like a bit of a botch going to roll through, but they recovered really well, I thought. We get a strike exchange, then a high bridge German suplex from Maya for 2. I thought that looked really great as well. High angle Liger bomb from Blue for 2 also looked surprisingly good.
It did.
Bridging fallaway slam from Maya for 2, also cool. Then a shining wizard for another 2 count. Release German from Maya, then a glancing knee from Blue. That was rough. Then they're both down.
Oh yeah.
TKO from Blue for 2, pretty solid TKO.
Yep.
Then Maya counters the Kobu Uno and jackknife like pin for the win. So this is what I wanted to see your thoughts about, because I'm gonna say a crazy thing here. I kind of like this match.
Over delivered.
I like this match.
I did too.
I thought it over delivered.
So I thought the pace was not fast.
No, but and like yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say it was amazing, but like my favorite, but I liked it way more than I thought.
Good offense.
Yeah.
Maya World does a couple things.
I thought she looked pretty good.
Differently. I never
Sky Blue was less bad.
And I didn't think World would win, so I love being
that
surprised.
was cool. I agree. Sky Blue was less bad. Even hit a couple things I had to admit were cool.
Yes.
Maya World impressed. She stood up more to me than I thought. She stood up more here than remember we saw her and High End on the Dynasty pre-show in the tag match, and they were fine.
I over delivered.
I thought she did better here. I was again surprised by a result this week, but I'm super happy for her because it must feel good after apparently her brother just died. So great for her.
I'm very happy for her.
It also works because now she faces Athena in the semis, and they kind of had like a mini feud on ROH. So you kind of get to go revisit that too. So I was really pleasantly surprised by this match.
Yes, same thing. I said it over delivered. Like I thought.
Yeah,
it was
I was curious to see what you thought because I was like,
that makes sense.
I was like, I just liked the Sky Blue match.
I know, but again, like we're open to people getting better and doing good things.
And
she doesn't. Sometimes.
I don't remember. Not most of the time doesn't,
and still can't talk either.
No, and I remember the last time I remember actively liking a match of her Julia Hart's was before they were tag teaming regularly. They had a triple threat at Full Gear 2023 with Statlander for the TBS title. It was when Hart won the title.
Yeah,
and I remember it being actually a pretty solid match.
Yeah. She can deliver offense.
No doubt Statlander was the connective tissue in that match, because if it's just Julia Hart and Sky Blue, it would be terrible.
Right.
But yeah, I was like, that match was kind of good.
I liked it too.
Yeah, I was happy to say the women's match actually over delivered this week. That was like, if you had told me I would enjoy Sky Blue My World more than Monet and Windsor, honestly, I'd be surprised, because that match was good last week, but like I don't remember like outwardly enjoying it. This one I was like, oh, okay, I like that.
I liked it too.
So that was surprising. So I was pleasantly surprised by that.
We agree.
Then we get a quick Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
promo package. Basically, he will be facing Omega at Forbidden Door, which
cool.
is pretty sweet.
That's cool.
So I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, I'm. That's a big match, right? So
it is. I don't think they faced off since I think it was 2018 I saw. And it's good because Sabre matches are a little difficult when it's so technical. Remember we saw him in Gresham live, and it was just like, it's really hard to get into. But
I respect it. I don't know if I enjoyed it.
Yes.
Right? Like I know they're doing cool stuff, and they know 20 times more than a lot of wrestlers, but
it's also not as exciting as 20 other wrestlers.
Yeah.
But this one, Omega will provide that excitement and drama that we need.
Yes.
And so I think it'll be really good contrast.
I look forward to it.
And that's also why Sabre Danielson works really well, because Danielson is technical, but he can do everything. Good enough at doing the drama and like even the sports entertainment, dare I say.
Yeah.
Right. So anyways, that'll be a great match. I think this is also another, like, it helps it feel Forbidden Door-ish too. Like it's one of New Japan's best guys against one of AEW's best guys.
Like, yes, exactly.
Because like that's the trouble with Forbidden Door lately, is there's more AEW matches on the show, which is fine.
And the ones that don't feel like this.
Yes, not all of them feel like this at least. Whereas like I think the first couple Forbidden Doors, the first one and the one we went to, there were more big interpromotional matches, right? Like this one,
like say Osprey Omega.
Maybe something like that.
That match was alright.
Part of the problem was like now that's just a match we can have.
Yeah,
because like you see like.
It was so special back then.
I saw it point out to me like one of the IWGP title match on the first Forbidden Door was Cole, Hangman, Okada, Jay White.
Yeah.
That's a match we can just get now if Cole is healthy.
So we can't get it.
Right, but like based on the current roster we have.
Yes.
Well, also Jay White was here.
On paper.
Also Jay White was here, because where is he? But like it's something like that, right? Or Okada Danielson remember that was the main event of the one we went to?
It was.
But it got overshadowed.
It did. That's when Danielson broke himself in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's also a crazy interpromotional match. But now, like, we saw that in 2024 when Danielson was AEW champion, because they're both on the roster. So it's like, that's part of the thing that's ruined it. But yeah, like,
Well, part of the problem is the New Japan roster is just, and I
but
guess
also
it's
because
being
they're going to
siphoned
AEW,
off by AEW. But
again, it feels less deliberate because, anyways. But Sabre Omega feels like a match that wouldn't have been out of place on those first
I
few
agree.
years.
And I like that feeling.
Right, I like that. It makes sense. And also is more interesting to me than, like, Sabre mentioned to beat Nigel McGuinness last year.
No, thanks.
No. Like, I like when Sabre, I think it was that 4-way we got to see that was really fun. It was him, Garcia, Shibata, Cassidy, back when Cassidy was doing his peak title run.
That was fun.
That was good. And then Sabre faced Cassidy, I think, 1-on-1 the next year.
I think, at some point.
That was also great. So I like those. I'm pretty sure the first year of Forbidden Door, Sabre was there. And that was Claudio's debut match. Because I think that was the year he was supposed to face Danielson, but Danielson was injured. And that's when Claudio debuted, and he was in Blackpool, and yada, yada, yada. Blah, blah, blah. You know. Anyways, I'm excited for that. Long-winded.
Short story long.
Don Callis came backstage. MJF wants to talk to Callis and mentions the cage match. He wants 5 of Callis' top guys. Callis says he's not a pimp and he can't like buy them like they're the butcher shop. He like flashes him a case of cash. He's like, sure thing, buddy, which I thought was great. I like that. He says he needs a week to pick. Knight steps up and says he'll play this game only if he gets a title shot after Forbidden Door. MJF says if Knight wants to lose again, that's fine, but if he does, there won't be another rematch. So I was confused if this means, does Knight only get a title shot if they win the match, or does he get a title shot just for helping MJF?
I wasn't clear on that either.
I feel like I lean towards the latter because
for helping was the
just
latter?
For helping, yes. But then it's like, okay, if you challenge me, you don't get another shot. And then Andrade especially, but I feel like Andrade and Fletcher both kind of look displeased for me.
Yes,
definitely Andrade.
Definitely.
Everyone leaves. Andrade holds Callis back. He's like, what about my title shot? And Callis says there are a lot of members in the family. He says Andrade has his word. He promises he'll get a shot, and they shake hands. And Andrade is clearly not buying it.
Yeah, because there's no time limit. Like, get a shot when, right? There's no...
Like, he could get a shot 2 years from now, and Callis will be like, see, I kept my promise.
Right.
So I enjoyed this. I figured MJF would go this route. And like I was saying before, it makes sense. So I'm fine with this. Knight's going the way I thought Andrade would. I thought Andrade was going to be the one to cut a deal with MJF. But I like this. It makes sense for Knight since he's kind of more scummy now.
He is.
And... he's trying to get his title shot. I like it better because it furthers him as a scummy opportunist, keeps him in title contention, and it furthers Andrade's frustrations with the Callis family and the favoritism. So I like that we kept that up, and then I like that we kept up the fact that Fletcher doesn't like MJF either, because MJF kind of made some remark to Fletcher when he came in, and he seemed bothered about Knight stepping up as well. So I like we're planting seeds for Fletcher. Doesn't need to happen yet, and then I think down the line it'll be a really cool thing to have the Proto Sheeta reunion at some point.
Yeah, everything made sense here, right? Like,
this is really good.
MJF pays people off. Callis will do anything for money.
Yeah. There's a lot of moving parts in this one, but it was good.
I think the only thing the stipulation he should have is like anybody but Rocky Romero. Like if you're paying that money and you get
he
Rocky
did say top guys,
or Trent, no offense, Trent.
Or Archer.
Or
Cage.
Hechicero.
Okay, so if I'm
Cage.
him, I'm taking, right? It's Okada, Fletcher, Andrade,
Knight.
Davis, Knight.
Yes.
I was going to say Clone, but that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Andrade, Davis, Fletcher, Okada. Knight.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because if you get the other 5.
Right. And if you don't want Okada because he's doing the Takeshita thing, fine, do Clone. I think he's good enough.
I love Clone.
And like if they lose, Clone's the fall guy.
True.
As much as I don't want to say it. Anyways, that was good. Main event time. It's Brodus King and Swervington Strickland.
It is.
In the semifinals of the men's Owen Hart tournament.
All true.
Nana cuts off King's attempt at a barricade crossbody. Then Swerve seats King on a chair beside the apron and hits a Swerve stomp. That looked awesome. Another cool chair spot on the show. Avalanche Russian leg shoot from Swerve. Pop-up Swerve stomp for 2. We got a choke bomb on the announce table from King that looked great. Big back and forth ends with a house call from Swerve, then a big layer from King for 2. King gets sent headfirst in an exposed turnbuckle. House call, then a house call from the top rope from Swerve for a near fall. Brody King kind of gets sent in the ref. The ref runs out of the way. So behind the ref's back, we get a cheap shot from Nana, vertebreaker from Swerve, and he gets the win. So that was great. I thought it was a strong main event as expected. I think we're still yet to see the true potential of a match between these two.
I agree.
So I thought I remember feeling this way about the Revolution was like, there's a better match in there.
Thank you.
Mainly because I think we need more violence than the first one, and I think this one feels the same. Again, they're both good matches. I think this was a good Dynamite main event.
I thought it was a good main event.
But I think they need like a lights out match or a cage match or some sort of thingy where you have weapons and hit each other with things and do things with the things, you know? They need to do things with things, right? Still, though, I don't want it to detract from this being good. I did like it. Unfortunate that I knew Brody had no chance of winning here, but he still looked good in defeat, and Swerve had to bust out a lot of big stuff and rely on help from Nana to get the win here. As expected, Swerve Ospreay's the finals. Most predictable Owen so far, but by no means bad. The finals are going to be great.
Yeah, we knew Swerve was going to win this, but I thought a really good competitive main event. Like, ton of punishment delivered to each guy, right? The crowd was into this for sure. We got the final we expected, and that's going to be awesome. But yeah, this was a really good main event. Like, it's not top tier because I knew who was going to win, and that's always a little bit of a whatever for me. But I thought still awesome. So happy that Brody King is still being featured, right?
They're still keeping him in that orbit. I don't mind that. Maybe there's too many guys, and maybe I don't know if he'll ever be world champion, but I like him in that upper mid card level at least.
Me too. I think he's just a reliable, like, big man you can do, right? Overall,
I thought it was a good show. Like, there were definitely things I didn't like.
Good, not great, definitely is what Jericho. I said to start.
But like generally, I guess the opener was kind of a downer, even though it was solid. It just wasn't that interesting. But like Monet was also bad. But Knight was good. I thought Briscoe Pac, Andrade Cassie back to back was really great. The Ospreay bit was solid. I really enjoyed the women's match. Surprisingly, that kind of bumps me up. Like the Cal segment was good. The main event was good. I'm gonna go like lower end, but I kind of feel B plus. Like I feel like it was generally a pretty good show.
And I went high B, so like we're pretty close. I figured. So yeah, like some very good matches, but some stuff that wasn't my favorite. But overall, again, went by really quickly. We did watch it live again, right? So I think you enjoy doing that because you don't get spoiled on anything, and you can keep hoping Jay White shows up and never does. And that's a fun gimmick for me to watch you go through every week.
I didn't forget. I forgot about this week. Sometimes it feels like it could happen.
You get more confident on pay-per-views, and then they just break your heart every time.
Yeah, it's been pretty disappointing on pay-per-views. It's been a pretty bad run.
But done with Dynamite, moving on to trivia. It's off the top of his head. Well, I'm doing it again. It's been a long, busy week. I didn't have much time to plan anything. And I'm enjoying these. So we're going to go with SB Nation again, and their Guess the Wrestler in 5.
Oh, so them and you on AI. I was like, okay, this is good.
No, full credit to them, but I will try and figure out something next week. But I'm enjoying these, and they're really easy for me to do. And it does showcase your knowledge. Former WWE, so if you don't know, play along with us. You're trying to guess the wrestler in, you get 5 clues. And by the end, it gets much easier, I think. So former WWF/E Intercontinental Champion.
The Mountie.
Wow, imagine. You are. It doesn't even want that. It doesn't even have him in there.
Okay, do Steamboat.
All right. If it doesn't have him, then I think the system is down. Steamboat, I almost picked Richie Steamboat. He was in there. That's funny. Eric Bischoff wrote that firing him was his favorite WCW firing. That's a great clue. Not that it helps, but it's just awesome information.
That's interesting.
Firing, his favorite firing from WCW. That's awesome. And an Intercontinental Champion.
Scott Hall or Ramon.
That's funny. WWE Hall of Famer. So not Scott Hall, but could be him still.
Kevin Nash. I don't know if he even got fired. No, because he would have been on the... Never mind. Do it anyways.
All right. Along with a debuting Undertaker, was a member of Ted DiBiase's $1 Million team at Survivor Series 1990.
Oh, I don't know.
That's a great clue, too.
It is, but I don't know who that would be. Like, that means he won the Intercontinental title before 90. Maybe not necessarily, actually. I don't remember who was on that team other than maybe IRS, but it's not IRS.
Oh, we got to get to the final one. He might not even be an option.
He's not Intercontinental Champion.
Well, we'll just go to the next one. Final clue. He wasn't the first or second choice for his lone IC title win. Then was supposed to be a transitional champ. Oh, here you go. But ended up shake, rattle, and rolling his way.
Oh, Honky Tonk
Yeah.
Man. Okay.
That's funny. His favorite fire.
It's funny because I was going to say Honky Tonk Man on the first clue. But
it didn't even enter my mind, to be honest. All right, we'll do a couple more. Those clues are good. Whoever makes these is on their game. Former WWF/E Tag Champion. Because I've never heard you say like any of these clues are wrong. After the fact.
I don't think so. Well, some of them there's no way to fact check.
So do you think when they give you F/E, they're giving you like the time span, or they just always will say that?
I feel like it's always so that you don't know necessarily.
Okay. Your guess. Tag champ.
Haku.
Nice. I love Haku. Yeah, you can just give shout outs to the wrestlers that you want in the first couple of all these because it's pretty hard. Not Haku. Started his career wrestling as the Punisher in a tag team called Body Count.
I don't know.
Why don't you pick what was the one of the Crime Time guys die?
Yeah, neither of them are tag champs though.
They weren't?
No.
Oh.
They held the belts.
I was thinking of a random
one
guy.
Of those, like steal your belts kind of thing. Heidenreich.
Ooh. He's in the database, but he is not the answer. Won tag gold twice in Japan. Once in Noah with D'Lo Brown. Once in AJPW with Rico.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
That's a great clue.
And
Noah with D'Lo. All Japan with Rico. Who could it be?
I have no idea.
Skip, you want next clue?
Yeah.
You can always ask for just the next clue. Of the numerous tag belts he won outside WWE in the US, his partners have included Johnny Swinger, Kurgan, and his son. I love this.
I don't know. Is this the last one?
No, you got one more.
Okay, I'm not even gonna bother.
This right to censor member
Buchanan
was repackaged as an enforcer called B2.
Yeah, okay.
That's awesome.
His son, Brooks Jensen.
Yeah.
Huh.
So they've been tag partners on the indies, basically, is all that was saying. That's great. That was a good one.
Funny. Bull Buchanan.
Right? B squared, was it?
B squared.
Yeah, man. First clue in the next one. Married to a pro wrestler.
Oh, Tom Latimer.
Obviously. Is he even an option?
He's notable enough. He was NWA World Champion.
Not in the database.
He's not in the database.
So I'm just skipping because that counts as a...
Sure.
Played football in college. Could be being the sport ball guy you are.
Well, I know people that... Oh, Brock Lesnar. He's married disabled. That technically counts.
I guess Bork Lesnar isn't in the database. But Brock Lesnar is, but that is not the answer. Former AEW tag champ. Married to a pro wrestler.
See, because that narrows it down. Like
Played
Lashley would play football. I don't think he's married to a wrestler. Because who's married to a wrestler that's like was tag champion?
Roderick Strong.
He wasn't tag champion.
You weren't a tag champion.
Nicholas was in WWE.
True.
I don't know. I'll just go with Lashley. I can't think of anything else.
It is not Robert Lashley. Began his career working as, sounds familiar, Kevin Payne. Paine, if it matters.
Doesn't.
Now you know. Kevin Payne.
Who the hell would... I don't... Skip. I don't... That's not going to help me at all.
Was the first person to hold... Interesting. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Now I know. First person to hold the NXT and North American titles at the same time.
Keith Lee.
Yeah. Even I got there on the last clue.
No, that makes sense. I forgot he was tag champion, though, because that's so long ago and he hasn't done anything else.
I know. With Swerve, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Swerve in our glory.
You want one more?
Sure.
Since you didn't get it before the final clue. That should just be your goal, is to get it even by the fourth clue. Former TNA X Division champion.
Zima Ion.
Wow. Is he in the database? No.
I'll do another one then.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brian Kendrick.
Nice. The Brian Kendrick?
The Brian Kendrick.
You got it. No, just kidding. Started in the business before he was out of high school. Initially wrestled under a mask to disguise his age. Is Jeff Hardy the...
I was thinking that too, right?
You
but
wanna
no,
try?
he wasn't.
He wasn't X Division?
I'm going to say TJP. Because he was manic or suicide.
I can guess him. Yes.
Did I actually get that?
Yes.
Nice.
The next clues, third clue. former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Champ.
Yeah.
That tracks.
I think it was him and Akira. Remember? Were the team?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He and Bryan Danielson made their New Japan debuts on the same Korakuen Hall show after training together at New Japan's LA dojo.
That's an interesting one.
Last clue was he won one of his X Division titles in a tournament and has also won tourneys in New Japan,
WWE,
American Lions Cup, Super Junior Tag League, and WWE Cruiserweight Classic.
That would have given it away because the Cruiserweight Classic was cool.
Very good. You got that early.
That one, that was a shot in the dark.
You recovered from the one before.
Yeah.
That one was hard. All right. We'll talk about other things. I think it's just NXT because I made no notes on Raw.
I didn't.
So we'll still call it Highspots and Restholds, but it's really just a quick recap of NXT. So let's talk about it now. NXT this week was a roller coaster ride. In ring, awesome show overall. One match, whatever, not so great. And then segment wise, brutal. So it was really interesting to watch.
You did tell me about that.
So in the opening match, one of the good ones, a really good one, and you even had heard good things before I watched it. Fraxium taking on Noam Dar and his protege, I guess at this point, Romeo Moreno. Very fun tag match. You even said you might go back and watch it.
Yeah, I was gonna try to do it before this, but then I didn't.
Got 14 minutes, which on NXT is a lot.
That's true. That's like a decent length for NXT.
Fraxium pull out the win, and honestly, there was some near falls where I thought maybe for a second they're gonna give, because what does it hurt?
It would make sense.
My hope is Fraxium did win with the Golden Ratio Phoenix Splash. Not the best Golden Ratio I've ever seen, but I'll forgive him because he's awesome. Are they winning because maybe they're gonna stay for a bit? No. What are they doing on main roster?
Nothing.
Doesn't matter, right?
No, it doesn't matter, and they're not doing anything is the answer.
Really fast pace, obviously, with these four. Not that you've seen much of Moreno, but really good near falls. Dar and Axiom started out, which is kind of really cool to see. Moreno continues to impress as one of these new guys. The look for sure isn't what they want. He's got decent height for the stuff he does. And Dar's just incredible. And seeing Fraxium just makes me hope they could stick around for a bit. Why not? So really good opening tag match. Then we get the first of 3 events in the Mr. NXT pageant. So that
it's the 3-segment format is back.
And I was gonna lump them all in one, but I'll
Don't
give you your.
Don't you just love that?
I do, especially when all of them are awful.
Yeah.
So
reminds me of Index.
There's 3. There's 3 different events: fashion, talent, and I think it was public speaking. So go ahead.
Pageants are supposed to have a bunch of people.
Yes, we have 2, but we do have 3 judges who are the Evolve champion, whose name escapes me.
Aaron Rourke.
Okay.
He's gay.
That's I do
probably
remember
why
hearing
he's
that.
there.
Okay, Kit Wilson.
Yeah.
And a comedian I would have never heard of, who didn't really add anything.
You
in
said
my
Kit
opinion.
Wilson, I'm in.
So starts out with the fashion portion. They each are quickly shown. I will say they cut to it, right? Because it's formal wear, casual wear, and swimsuit.
Sure.
And I laughed because Angels, I told you, his casual t-shirt was just a white t-shirt that said "Blink if you want me," which I thought was pretty awesome.
You did tell me about that.
So Angels wins this event 2-1. So you already know where this is going, right? Obviously, the heel gets the first one, and the baby face.
It's like a Truly Falls match if it sucked.
Right. So
It was stupid.
It was stupid. I kind of resent recapping it, so I didn't really do it justice. But they did, I will say, keep it pretty brief. But it was pointless. I'll give my more thoughts as we go. So Naraku, Mason Rook have a match to become #1 contender for the NXT Championship. Not surprised Naraku won with his devastating STO. So go ahead and say what you said.
So there's I saw the one spot in the match where he's got him in like a fireman's carry. It's like fireman's carry into a sit-out spine buster. I'm like, that's impressive that you can do it
on
to
a
Rook.
Really big dude.
B, a cooler move than the thing you win with.
I will say the STO looked okay. It was kind of almost like high angle the way Rook took it.
Still.
I know. It's called Entering the Abyss, if you're wondering.
That's dumb.
10-minute match. Naraku wins. I enjoyed it, but mostly because of Mason Rook. He is a very, if you don't watch NXT, and a lot of people don't probably, a very overweight dude. But he has a high motor and good stamina. So he hits like sequences where he's sprinting to splash in opposite corners, then hitting, like following that up with a bunch of high impact stuff, all like boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
And he does not look winded.
So can Naraku stop protecting Tony then if his destiny's coming up?
His destiny is going to be fulfilled. So there was one issue I told you, it looked terrible. The result was like Rook hit a really good avalanche power slam, but it basically required their battling even, just like Naraku is literally just has to end up climbing onto his back. Like is fully willing to just get power slammed here, but it did look good. So they protected Rook a little bit because Cam Hendricks came down for whatever reason to directly sort of distract and lead to the finish and the loss for Rook. So obviously we're going to have Rook go into a program with Hendricks, which A, I hope he comes out of winning, and B, establishes him as a clear babyface, I guess. And Naraku is no surprise the number one contender. So we get that.
Sense.
But yeah, a good match, mostly because I enjoy Mason Rook at this point. Backstage, Tavion Heights talking to, oh my God, Miles Bourne. I almost called him Ethan Bourne. Don't know why. So he's
Ethan Page
talking about their tag match last week. So he thinks that they should keep teaming up. Bourne reminds him it was a one-time thing. Obviously, he needs to focus on his North American title. I don't think Heights is thrilled with that. Vanity Projects show up. Jackson Drake kind of goes back and forth a bit. It ends up with Drake and Heights are having a match next week. The winner of that gets a shot at Bourne. Bourne's fine with that, thinks it's a good idea. So Heights and Drake might be an interesting match.
Jackson Drake.
If it's North me, American what am I going to say? What would I decide here? Jackson Drake wins, and then I would have him take the North American title.
Jackson Drake's sick.
And I think like he's the only one of these three with personality
and in-ring skill.
I think Heights and Bourne are entering that category of like, we know what we have, and what we have isn't a complete package. So like, we don't need to keep trying this. And I'm not trying to be mean, right? But they've been there quite a while. Bourne has been given opportunities, and it's like, he's fine. Right, and I think Jackson Drake has potential to be much more than that. So
I would think him as an NXT champion would be perfect for this era where he's like young guy. We're trying to see what he can do, and he's like also good.
And then Vanity Project all have belts, and they're China Enforcer.
Yeah,
and that's a cool act.
I think
honestly.
That makes sense.
Me too.
Like you can have him do North American for now and like level up.
Yeah, and I think he probably can. To be honest, he's cool. We get a helpful Tate Wilder. He's in the NXT spotlight this week, so it's like they listened to me. And they actually did a ton of showing us that he is actually like the thrill seeker, risk taker. It's like he's doing crazy stuff on ATVs. He's doing crazy cliff jumping and other stuff similar to that. So my thing, I don't know if I talked about it last week, would be his risk taking costs him matches, right? Like he has people beat, goes for too much, a la
like
Jeff Hardy.
That one cage match where Jeff Hardy decides to jump back through the tables and on the Dudleys instead of winning the match.
And so at some point, people are trying to give him advice to slow down, and it keeps costing him, and maybe whatever. I don't know. He's not the best speaker at this point, but again, he's new, so we'll see. I just appreciate they're actually, you've been telling us for weeks that he's this risk taker. Now we see it, so that was helpful. NXT Women's Championship #1 contender match. Kendall Gray versus Kalani Jordan. I really liked the opening tag match. I might have liked this more. I thought it was really, really good.
I did hear good things about this one.
Again, 14 minutes. This is 3 matches in a row for Kalani, right? That I've been like, these are good matches. Good. She's becoming really polished really quickly. So she's the evidence of like, she's the NIL working. And Oba Femi, obviously, is like the biggest success story they could have. So it's not like all of these athletes they bring in
are useless.
I guess. I was trying to fix softer language. But so with the right whatever, they can become really good wrestlers because Kalani's good, man. She doesn't need to be there much longer, I don't think. Kendall Gray did get the win here with the Shades of Gray, which is just like a sudden flatliner, I believe.
Yeah, like pay dirt.
So Kendall Gray, again, I know it's a broken record at this point. She is so fluid and so quick that honestly, not with Kalani because Kalani can hang. Kendall Gray runs the risk of exposing some other talent, I think even on main roster. She just is so much faster and more fluid than everybody. Like, you know how we talk about the way Swerve moves and the way even Ace Austin,
AR Fox.
AR Fox, they just move differently than other people. And she does that. And I feel like in the women's division, the gap between people who do that and people who don't do that is bigger, and the number of people who do that is smaller.
Yeah.
So she, just because there's not as many women wrestling, she really stands out. So she may have to slow herself down for some people, I think.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because she's new.
That's true.
But she's a wrestler. We get the second part of Mr. NXT pageant. Hoping it's better than the first. It's not. It's the talent portion. So Shiloh Hill goes first, and his talent for this pageant, what's his gimmick?
It could literally be anything.
Right. So what of anything? Do you know what it was?
No.
So we talk about, and not really joking, that his gimmick is he's everything. His gimmick is everything. Rubik's Cube solves it. Out of infinite options, I guess.
I guess it's decent.
That's what he chose. So he does it so fast, he still has time to do other stuff too. Can't remember what it was. Then so Tristan Angels is the world's dumbest man because he, instead of going with whatever he had plans, decides he's going to do the Rubik's Cube too, but he can't. So he then he has some time left because I think they get a minute. So he tries to juggle instead. And I can juggle, and he's competent, but not great. And then it's like Shiloh Hill starts juggling, and then he's riding a unicycle, and then he's doing like everything.
Of course.
Right? So who could possibly care? Shiloh Hill obviously wins. What a surprise. It's 1-1 going into the final stage. Awful. Doesn't do anything for either. Like Shiloh Hill started out as this kind of weird but interesting and maybe a little creepy character, and now he's a joke. And
it went there pretty quick too.
So he's entering like that. He's going to be pigeonholed as the guy like, hey, any half-baked idea, especially comedy Let's
get him to try it.
Get him to try it because he'll commit to it, right? And it's probably good for his career longevity, but like not good for his ceiling, right? Like you're hoping you're R-Truth. You're hoping you're Danhausen to a whatever degree.
Yeah.
Which gets you there and gets you money.
It gets you a seat at the table, just not the head.
Correct. Very well said. That's what I'm trying to say. And I like, and you did too, Tristan Angels. Yikes. He's an intriguing talent, and he actually has wrestled for a long time, and he looks good. But this is doing nothing. He looks like an idiot.
Who does this really help? Because I don't think it really helps.
Like you can kind of see what they're going for. That kind of NXT silly.
Yes, it's just stupid.
It just missed by a mile.
Yeah.
But anyways, again, worst of fodder, so that's fine. Tony D's being interviewed. Naraku shows up, gives him an invitation. It's just a card with Japanese characters on it. Naraku did reveal what it was. She just said it's an invitation. And I don't know, probably for a date with Destiny or something. I didn't make a note of it. It was so trivial. We get the only match on the show that wasn't very good, although I don't think I saw a lot of hate for it online. Jasper Troy, Dion Lennox. I thought it was mediocre, but nothing like, I've seen it panned by people, and I'm like, it wasn't that bad.
That's crazy.
Pretty boring, though. Lennox just suddenly hit his finisher after a distraction by Osiris Griffin. 8 minutes. It was a lot of Troy doing things, and then Lennox winning in the end. So I guess we're establishing Lennox as a single. He gets a win here, but remember Troy was like being presented as like competitive.
Remember
with
that
Oba?
match? Yeah, I was about to say.
And now it's like you lose to Dion Lennox in 8 minutes.
Yeah, he's done.
The bloom is off the rose.
I mean, I knew he was boring, dude. I'm not.
You
surprised.
were right. You were very not willing to get on, even see the bandwagon going by. You were like, no,
I knew it wasn't happening.
There is no bandwagon
because they gave him chains and said, "Hey, be cool."
Yes, he does. I don't know did he have chains?
That's why I lost.
I didn't notice.
There it is.
After the match, Sugars appears on the screen to talk about, obviously, he's the one that took out Cutler. And
what?
They do this cheesy effect where, like, the video glitches. And I guess that's supposed to be like, oh, but wait, it's a recording. It's not live. And then he sneaks in behind and attacks Osiris Griffin with the bat and escapes through the crowd.
I thought it was a pipe.
But it was just the cheesy, like, the need to put the, like, it's glitching so we can have the moment of, like, oh, it's a recording. He's so clever. But they could have just had him come up behind, right? Didn't add anything. So anyways, that's what we're getting. Clip of Natty training. Jada Parker sneaks in and attacks her. And I actually liked it because Natty's like parting comment was sort of like, because her whole thing is, you try to come across as so hard and I actually know you're soft. You're softer than you let on. And you can see Jada starting to like, which I think is an okay route to go. So
not with Natty.
No, right. And she yelled, "Soft people attack from behind," or "Soft people sneak attack," or "sucker punch," or something like that. That made sense. So I thought that was a good line. Final Mr. NXT bit. It's public speaking. I have literally pushed this out of my memory. If you said, I will give you $10,000 to mention specifically one thing either of them talked about, I can't.
Go for it.
I can't. It was pointless. It wasn't entertaining. Kit Wilson ends up saying that Angels is toxic, but he loves his long hair and his accent, so he votes for Angels. Because they're basically like, he is like the third Pretty Deadly at this point. Tristan Angels.
Yeah, it's weird. He like looks like Pretty Deadly, even though he's like...
Sounds like
his
them.
character is the opposite of what Kit Wilson would typically like, though. But they're both heels,
and that's what he said. You're toxic, but you look good and you're having the cool accent. And then the other two want Hill, and then it comes down to the NXT Universe get a vote, and they all vote for Hill, and it's over. And it was pointless, and I hated it all. So there you have that. Keanu Carver's backstage, runs into Robert Stone, and he's basically like intimidating Stone and saying, "I want a title shot." And then I liked it. He's kind of like, if you don't make a decision soon, I'm going to like decide who's next, sort of thing. He's good at saying very little and kind of using his presence and demeanor to intimidate. And I think they might have something in Carver. And Stone's good in that role too, of like, he is an authority and he's not a total goober, but he can also be intimidated by someone like Carver.
He's not like cowardly, but
he's also not like
stupid, I guess.
And also not like assertive and dominant.
That's what I mean. Like, he's not gonna like be stupid enough to like
go have Carver kill him backstage.
Yeah.
This made me laugh because Izzy Dame. So the story, right, has been that they're kind of not happy with Spears lately. So Izzy Dame starts out this by complaining, basically, why am I in the speed division? Why the hell am I in a speed tournament? And she's
as any reasonable person would.
I'm like, oh my god, they're admitting that like the speed tournament is a step down from anything.
Are they, or is it just cocky heel trying to be better than it? You know, like I don't know if that's necessarily them being like.
So she's like, why am I in this tournament? Spears shows up and says he got her in it. And it's smart because she's going to face Thea Hale, and you've already beaten Thea Hale. And then she's immediately on board. And so is Nico Vance. And she's like, way to be 2 steps ahead of what?
That makes total sense.
So they're trying to do this, like, is this faction going to split up or not? But it's like,
who cares?
What have they ever done? Who could possibly care if Spears stays or not?
They got Dame to win the North American title. I think that was it, right?
Yes. And then remember,
Spears won the North American title also.
And she kind of became the boss of the group, which I thought was really smart and cool for her. And she does a pretty good job, but it's just like the group itself is. So I don't care if Spears stays or goes or turns heel or face. Like, there's no outcome I care about.
There's one universe where I care.
And what's that?
He becomes Ty Dillinger.
And gives her.
And he does the 10.
That would actually be the only payoff, right? Is like if he ends up going babyface.
He's just like, oh, that wasn't me. I'm Ty Dillinger.
Somehow they work a number into it.
Like I would just laugh at Ty Dillinger coming back, and if they gave him his theme song back,
it's like you can defend a match that's 5 minutes or 10.
Yeah,
there we go.
Like I don't know. I would love to see Ty Dillinger back.
The main event. Zarya, as I expected, defeating Tatum Paxley for the North American title. Pretty quick main event. There was only 10 minutes left for this. Good match, too. I preferred the tag opener and Kalani and Gray. Not to say this was a better than average, like a very good NXT match. F5 on the floor, spear, another F5 in the ring. Zarya wins. New champion. She seems kind of babyface in her reaction and celebration, and maybe it's just she's actually, you know what I mean? The actual her kind of overran the character. And apparently when this went off the air, right, Paxley
did her speech. Which, I mean, it's good for her to go up, but I don't know how much.
She is ready to go, in my opinion, but she's not undeniable, so I worry. Because I like her.
I worry her getting pigeonholed in stupid bits like Shiloh or like Alexa Bliss, because she was the last like spooky short woman. And
so she does the whole like, I'm just a misfit and a little bit darker really, really well.
Yeah.
But they will not.
But I don't know if that's a character though. They want to like how much they want to lean into that.
Or they'll think they're doing that, but it'll be
they'll do it wrong.
A joke.
They'll do it wrong.
Or something. Or there'll be black goo coming out of her or something.
Neil Rush is that. No, it's copyright infringement.
And it's cool when he does it.
It is.
So overall, a good episode. with the low points. But again, those segments weren't very long, but they were awful. They dragged the show down. 3 very good matches. Like, honestly, if you're not an NXT person and you go off our recommendations at all, the tag match and the Kalani Jordan Kendall Gray, I do highly recommend.
It's weird. I would almost
we put them on the
recommend-
best of note just because I know, like, I've sort of fallen behind on
Have
mine.
I?
TV match wise. They're just NXT stuff that was good.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything else to discuss. Do you? Am I watching any weird wrestling lately? I checked out MLW. I haven't watched any old WCW or anything lately, I don't think. You? Any other
I
things
don't
you've
think
seen
so.
lately? Then I think we're done. It's the end of episode 308. It is not a long episode.
You also didn't say that.
I didn't say it until
That's why.
I didn't want to jinx it. We're in that sweet spot of like 80 minutes, at like 80 to 95 minutes. But anyways, we're all done. We'll be back here next weekend. I appreciate you guys taking any time out of your week to listen to us talk about wrestling. Really do appreciate it. Leave a comment, reach out to us on social media or email. We will respond to you. I feel like maybe I don't see all the comments. I do definitely on YouTube. And if you comment directly on Podbean. Anywhere else, I'm not sure I see. But anyways, maybe no one just wants to talk to us. That's possible. But anyways, back here next Saturday for 309. See you then. Till then, take care.